Hey everybody, how's it going? Right, you've EQ'd your guitar inside your session. Whatever you're using, I'm pretty sure you've high passed, low passed, and you've been told that's pretty much all you need to do. But this video is about how I EQ guitars, and I'm gonna say this works for me. I'm not gonna tell you what's right, what's wrong. I'm sure you've been told lots of different things by many different people about how to mix, whether it's YouTube tutorials or tutorials from wherever else, professionals, amateurs, across the board. People have got all types of ideas on how to EQ guitars, but this is what I do and it works for me. So let's get into it. This is a quick clip from the Shoeless demo I did a month or two back. Check out the video down below for more details on that, and I'll get into how I EQ'd the guitars just after this. So it's a heavy, raging, down-tuned type song. And this is what I used. Shoeless Drive, it's kind of like a tube screamer. Check out the video down below. Into Legion, an absolute classic high-gain amp sim. And into this cab suite, it's the free one from Wavemind. It's very raw, very bright, very in-your-face. And this is the EQ I've got on the guitars. High pass and low pass. Here are the exact settings. And I'm cutting out some woolly low mids here. You know, you'll see this on pretty much all my videos. I've been doing this for years. Pretty much since I started mixing. This woolly area around 300, even 200. I don't get rid of it completely, obviously, but dipping it by a few dB really helps the guitars stay sort of tight and to have that articulate attack. And this 4K frequency, I dip this pretty much across the board on anything, really. I just don't like this frequency at all, you know, and I dip it pretty much the whole time. So if I just turn off the EQ, if I solo out a guitar, you know, it's quite a difference. It keeps the guitar in the mid-range, gets rid of some problem frequencies, and it just works for me. Okay, if I go to guitar number 2, it's near enough the same thing, slightly different cab settings, slightly different amp settings, and the EQ is near enough the same, slightly different midpoint there, but this stuff is the same. And I've got these guitars going through this bus. Now you'll see there's some quite drastic dips here at some resonant frequencies. With guitars, you know, pretty much across the board, you'll get a resonance at around 3K, might be higher, might be lower. I'll solo the guitars and I'll turn off these dipped frequencies and you'll hear a massive difference. I'm pretty sure you can hear that, guys. Sounds pretty atrocious if I turn off that EQ. Other YouTubers will just say, oh yeah, well, if that's happening, you need to change the tone, change the IR. Maybe you need to get a completely different guitar sound altogether. But I say, well, no, I really like this sound. And I like the mids, I like the lows, I like the highs. It's just I've got some problems in the mid-range, in the higher mids, which I need to take care of. That's a perfectly fine thing to do in my book. I'll just go back to this bus EQ. I do a high pass pretty much all the time on this, just to get rid of any extra low end that the re-EQ does not catch, to keep those guitars nice and tight. I do the Andy Sneap trick at around 200. Just to take care of those palm mutes. And if I play the guitars in context, in the mix, always use your ears. Don't solo out your tracks too much so you can really hear what's going on. So if I play this with these resonant frequencies in the mix, like at first, you know, I can't really hear it. But when I've been listening for a few seconds, I think, God, there's something really annoying happening there. So I went fishing and I found that a frequency at 2K was really annoying me. So I'm going to toggle these on and off again. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere, but there's still something a little bit higher up that's, you know, annoying my ears. So I went fishing again. And I came up with 3.3K. And as you'll see, I've dipped it by 7.8 dB. That is a lot. I hardly ever dip that much, but because this sound is very, very prominent in the high mids and the highs, it needed that much of a drastic dip. And again, I know other YouTubers and other mixers out there are probably shaking their heads and rolling their eyes thinking like, oh, what's this noob doing? But dude, like, you know, do you want this sound? Or this sound? I know what I want. I'm dipping those frequencies because my gosh, they need it. If you've got a guitar tone that you really, really like, you don't want to change the AIR, you don't want to move that mic around to a different position, compromising the vibe, the feel, that kind of thing. You just know that there's a resonant frequency and you need to take care of it. You need to, you know, zap it out of existence. I mean, I've seen people go down way lower than this, and I probably could go down to like, you know, minus 10 dB, you know, let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, you can really, you know, zap the heck out of a frequency, but then other frequencies are going to get more pronounced. I think the way to do it is listen in context. You need to be able to hear the whole tune, you know, see the whole picture before you make these crazy moves on the guitar. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to show you what works for me inside my mixes, and I really hope that helps you with your mixes. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more metal related stuff. I'll be back sometime with a video on something else. So until then, ciao.